Welcome to Mainstream. The polls are out. I'm sure you can relate when I say politics are everywhere right now. In the news, in the media, in your schools, maybe even in your yard. It seems like every time you turn around, there's a political campaign trying to capture your support. Well, newsflash, if you didn't get the memo, there's a good reason for this. The 2008 presidential election is right around the corner, coming up on November 4th. So, what should this mean to you? Well, most young people feel that politics are boring or don't apply to them because unless you're 18, you don't get to vote. So that you probably just don't need to pay attention or have an opinion, right? Wrong. What do politics mean to average students today? Do today's youth really even care? Most teens in high school are busy and can't vote because they're not old enough. But that doesn't mean they shouldn't care. Let me give you a little bit of the information. Our two presidential candidates are Barack Obama, who's campaigning for the Democratic Party, and John McCain, who's running for the Republican Party. Both are well-rounded individuals, but very different in their opinions. So what should you care about? Or if you can vote, how do you choose? First of all, if you can vote, what you want to do to formulate your own opinion is to pay attention to your own values and the truths about the Bible that you know to be true, and evaluate the candidate's value system. Measure your beliefs to their beliefs. Do they match? For example, pro-life versus pro-choice. What is their stance on abortion? Or their support or lack of support for homosexual relationships? Are they okay with that lifestyle? These are the issues that we know we have the answers to and can pull directly from the truth of the Bible and the Word of God. For those of you that cannot vote yet, you also play a huge role. Even though you can't directly affect who sits in the White House, you can directly affect the decisions that they will make that will influence the world. Here's how. Number one, stay informed. Knowledge is power. Watch the news media, the debates, the speeches, to evaluate where each candidate stands on political issues, because they will affect the way you live, the status of the economy, and one day you will need to know how to have an opinion when you're old enough to vote. Number two, pray for the president and our nation's leadership. No matter if the person elected is your person of choice or not, we need God to lead them while they attempt to lead this country. Pray that God will give them wisdom when it comes to making hard choices that they face all the time. God clearly tells us in 1 Timothy 2:1-2 to pray for our leadership. I urge you, first of all, to pray for all people. Ask God to help them intercede on their behalf and give thanks for them. Pray this way for kings and all who are in authority so that we can live peaceful and quiet lives marked by godliness and dignity. So do you really believe you have no part in this year's presidential election and years to come? Or will you do your part in this country by staying informed, sticking to God's truths, and praying for our nation's authority? You judge, you perceive, and you decide. That was Mainstream. See you next time.